We're from the Bay Area Youth Music Society. And as you all know by now, our today is Chinese New Year's Eve. So in honor of this special holiday, we have created this PowerPoint slideshow for you today. So we hope you enjoy. Thank you. So tomorrow is February 14, 2010, and it will be the first day of the Year of the Tiger. So as you may already know, in the Chinese lunar calendar, we go by 12-year cycles, and once again, we have arrived at the Year of the Tiger. So the Chinese lunar calendar names each of these 12 years after a specific animal, and legend has it that Buddha summoned all of these animals to come to him before he departed from Earth, and only 12 of them came to actually bid him farewell. So these 12 were the ones that became the special 12 Chinese lunar calendar animals. And so legend also has it that a specific personality traits are attributed to each of these animals. So if you're a tiger, you are said to be sensitive, emotional, and capable of great love, but you tend to be stubborn about what you think is right, about your own conscience. You will make an excellent boss, explorer, or race car driver.
So the origin of the Chinese Lunar New Year comes from thousands of years ago, when there was a series of colorful legends and traditions. So one of the most famous ones is about this really bad monster called Nian, which means year right now. And so he was an extremely cruel and ferocious beast that ancients believed would devour people on New Year's Eve. So to keep this Nian away, who was, I guess, like people thought he was scared of the color red, they pasted little red envelopes on front doors to keep him away, and torches were lit and firecrackers were set off throughout the night because Nian was said to fear light of fire and loud noises. So early next morning, as feelings of triumph and renewal filled the air from successfully keeping the monster away, the most popular greeting heard was gongxi, or congratulations. So that's how the traditions of making firecrackers and having red envelopes, and red as like the color for Chinese New Year, came about. And during Chinese New Year, there are monetary gifts presented, such as red envelopes during festive occasions, such as weddings, birthdays, and the New Year. The main task is to give gifts, but the second task is to shower the recipient with luck, joy, and prosperity. This is what they look like, the red envelopes.
So around Chinese New Year, the Chinese put a lot of importance in decorating their homes, decorating their dwellings, mainly with the color red, of course. So there are two special things that we use to decorate called spring couplets. These are basically these paper scrolls that we put in pairs on the sides of doors. And generally they have words of fortune and luck written on them, or they may say springtime in honor of Chinese New Year, which generally occurs in the early spring. And we hang the word for fortune upside down because the word for upside down in Chinese, which is dao, also sounds like arrival. So we can say that fortune has arrived.
Next page.
And this is an example. That word, dao, is fortune, and it's hung upside down on a door. And these are lanterns that we hang around the house and or other dwellings, and they are also red, and they have words of fortune on them, such as fortune and birth, or yeah.
So there are a few superstitions, I guess you could call them that, during the New Year. And one of them is that it's unlucky to sweep the floor or do any cleaning the first 5 days of the Lunar New Year, because one might accidentally sweep away his or her luck, or wealth of the house. And another one is bad language and talk of death are severely frowned upon. And also, if a dish is broken, you must say, 岁平安, which means that every year will be safe and secure. Well, okay, so one of the most spectacular sights during the Lunar Year Festival is the dragon and the lion dance. The heads of these fearsome beasts are supposed to ward off the evil, and the nimble movements of the dancers provide a grand spectacle enjoyable to everyone. So as you can see here, there are men underneath all those huge dragon costumes, and they dance around, and there's drums playing around them. And here's another picture of it on the bottom.
So of course we all like to eat. So on Chinese New Year there are special foods that we eat. One of these main dishes is called dumplings, in other words, 饺子, or sweet rice pudding, 年糕. And you might notice that the word 年 and 年糕 means year, so New Year. And steamed bread, which is 馒头, and fish, 鱼. So the word for 鱼 sounds similar. The word for fish, which is 鱼, sounds similar to the word for fortune. So that might be a reason that we would want to eat fish on that holiday. We also hang special paintings and artwork around the house called 年画. So the word 年 appears again, the word for year. So as you can see, the word 年 is very symbolic in all of these special traditions that we have. So these might be ancient Chinese gods coming to bring us fortune. And this is okay. This is again the sign for fortune hung upside down to indicate that fortune has arrived. And this, okay, so in Chinese New Year we tend to say 连年有余. So the word for 鱼 again means fortune. So I guess fish is symbolic of fortune in Chinese New Year. And these are the dumplings again. They look very tasty, right? And this is the 年糕. And the steamed bread 馒头. Very yummy looking. And so on Chinese New Year, families and friends gather together, and we have these really scrumptious feasts, and this would be an example of such a feast with dumplings and steamed bread and all different kinds of dishes, duck, fish. Is this awesome? So, happy Chinese New Year, everyone.